Whether you dip it in chocolate, toss it in a salad, or enjoy it fresh from the plant, strawberries are perfect this time of year. National Strawberry Month, today on Let's Cook. Hi, welcome to Let's Cook. May is National Strawberry Month, and we are talking strawberries today. Did you know that if you go to Strawberry Point, Iowa, you can get your picture taken in front of the world's largest strawberry? That's a 15-foot sculpture on a post in front of City Hall. As a matter of fact, strawberries are so good for you, they're loaded in vitamins A, C, folic acid. As a matter of fact, 8 medium strawberries have only 45 calories and no fat. And those 8 strawberries actually have more, you ready for this, vitamin C than an orange. Now let's take a look at today's menu. The first thing, well, it's actually not the first thing we're going to make, but we will be making a spinach salad with a strawberry vinaigrette. Then we'll be making a frozen strawberry souffle and a strawberry rhubarb compote with almond squares and vanilla ice cream. As a matter of fact, that's the first thing we're going to get started so you can see it at the end of the show. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start to make the almond squares. To make the almond squares, I'm going to use my mixer right here, and I'm going to make a little bit of frangipane. Now to make the frangipane, I have some almond paste right here that I cut up, and you need to keep this covered. Okay, now this is, frangipane is an almond-based filling. So I have my almond paste right there. I also have some almonds here, have some sugar here, and some butter. And the butter's at room temperature. We want the butter just to be a little bit soft there. Now this is going to mix up for a little while because I need to cream this. So let's bring this up here. There we go. And we're just going to put our machine on nice and slow there and just let that start to cream together. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to add the eggs to it and a little bit of flour and a splash of vanilla. Next, I'm going to start my compote now. Now the compote, look at this, rhubarb, is this great? Now, it's very hard to find rhubarb with the leaves on it, but if you do, make sure you cut those leaves away. They're poisonous, they're not good for you. So I'll just take my rhubarb right here and take this off right here. And then I'm just going to cut this down. Oh, get rid of the dead ends there. Look at the color of this rhubarb. It goes so good with the berries. We're just going to cut this down just in half. Out of this world. I love rhubarb. I remember when I was a kid, we used to take the rhubarb and it used to grow. Where I grew up in Canada, it actually used to grow in the, what you would call a levee, or in the drains, but it would, the ditch. We'll call it a levee ditch. California, they call it a levee. We call it a ditch. And we just take it and then just dip it in sugar because it has a real astringency to it. As a matter of fact, I can feel it in my nostrils right now. So I start with, very tart. So I start with our rhubarb here. Then with the rhubarb, we're going to add our sugar to this. We add a cinnamon stick, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of water here, and splash of lemon juice. Now we're going to allow this to start to cook just a little bit here before we add our strawberries to it. The strawberries, I need to soften the rhubarb just a little bit before I add the berries to it because they don't take as long as the rhubarb to cook. Coming over here, the almond paste is nicely creamed here now with the sugar. I've broken this up nicely. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 egg at a time and add my eggs to this. When I add the eggs to this, I'll break the egg, making sure there's no shell in there before I include it into the mixer here. Get our eggs in here. Beautiful. One at a time. Then we're going to slow the machine down a little bit before we add our flour to this. If I don't slow the machine down, I'm going to end up having flour all over the place. Just want to make sure that's well mixed. There we are. Nice and slow here. Just to add my flour in there. It's a good idea to sift your flour before you do this too. So we have our flour there, and I'm just going to put a splash of vanilla in here. So this is almost good to go. We're just going to let that mix a little bit, and This is a good principle here. Always scrape down your sides when you go to work with this. Make sure it stays nice and clean. You want to make sure all the ingredients kind of get incorporated together. So we'll let that mix for just about another half a minute. Our compote is going here. Now next in the refrigerator here, I have some puff dough sheets. And what I did with the puff dough sheets is I started to roll one out. And these are just the frozen sheets you buy in the supermarket. It's a good idea to roll them out and let them rest a little bit before you go to use them. As a matter of fact, I have two of them here. I have this one done right here. This is good to go. I'm just going to put this over here for a second, and I'll show you how you would roll these out. And I do this a lot of times where I roll them out, then I let them rest, and then I'll roll them out a second time right before I'm about to use them. So we have our frozen sheet here that we just defrosted in the refrigerator. That's the other thing. Make sure you defrost it in the refrigerator. A little bit of flour right here. Turn this over. That way it won't stick. And then we take a rolling pin. When you're working with a rolling pin, work it from the middle out using the same amount of pressure. And it's also a good idea every once in a while to take this, pick it up, making sure it's not sticking, and give it a little turn, because we all have one dominant arm, which is a little stronger than the other, but we just roll this out this way. Then with your rolling pin, pick it up right here. Going to take that, put your pan right here, and then you can just pick this up and you just roll it right into the pan here. That's the easiest way to do this. And then just make sure all your sides are well covered. Let's go over to our almond paste now, because now this is good to go. This is going to be a delicious combination between the rhubarb, the strawberries, and the almond paste here, or the frangipane, I'm sorry. So take this now, and now all I'm going to do with this is take this, drop, whoa! It's a really good idea before you put the frangipane into the puff dough to remove the wax paper or the parchment paper. There we go. So we'll just remove that paper. This is, every once in a while you're in the kitchen, you might have a few embarrassing moments, but these are going to be very light, thin almond squares here. So I'm just going to spread this nice and thin. We have nice chunks of the almonds in here as well, which I really like, because I like that. We're just going to spread this so that we have about 1/4 of an inch. We're going to pop this into the oven at 350 degrees. It's going to take about 12 to 15 minutes to cook all the way through, because we're spreading it so thin. I'm going to get this in the oven. Going to get some berries in our compote here, and we're going to take a break. And then when we come back, I'm making a delicious strawberry salad with a wonderful vinaigrette. Don't go anywhere. It's National Strawberry Month today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook. We are celebrating National Strawberry Month. And here's a little information for you. Did you know that over 94% of all households consume strawberries, according to the USDA? Annual consumption is approximately 4.85 pounds of fresh and frozen strawberries per person. That's a lot of berries, isn't it? That means everybody's getting a good amount of folic acid, vitamin A, and vitamin C in their diet from strawberries. Now, the next item I'm going to make is I'm actually going to make my spinach salad with my strawberry dressing. So what I've done here is I've taken some strawberries right here, and I'm going to put some of these sliced strawberries here into my bowl here. And then I'm just going to break this up a little bit and make a little dressing. So we're just going to get a little bit of that strawberry flavor right here. You could use a spoon or whip, anything like that, just to bring out that flavor. Then I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice here. Need that acid balance, a little bit of lemon juice here, a little bit of salt, a little bit of white pepper, some olive oil or safflower, whatever oil you prefer. We're just going to mix this around and break those up. Now the acid will also help to break this up too. So we just break that up, and then we're going to take our spinach and toss our spinach with this. So I have my spinach right here, and I'm just going to put enough spinach in here. The other thing is, when you're making a salad, it's a good idea to make sure that you dry your lettuce, whatever lettuce you're using, really well. You want to dry well so that the leaves will really take on the dressing well. So we have this all put together here. If you wanted and you had a little bit of strawberry syrup, you could put that in there too. It'll work really well. Now, to finish the salad, I have a plate right here. We need a little bit more texture to this too. So I'm just going to put this onto the plate here. We'll take some of these strawberries that are out of the bowl here. We put them on top. Doesn't that look good? Then, to finish this, some almonds, some raisins, and a few toasted pine nuts right there. Doesn't that look good? Now, our compote is going, but it's time for us to take a quick break. But don't go away, because when we come back, I'm making a fantastic frozen strawberry souffle. Before we go to break, I have some strawberry trivia for you. The question is, on an average, how many seeds will you find on the outside skin of a strawberry? Your choice is 50, 100, or 200. We'll give you the answer after this. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook. We've been making dishes with strawberries today in honor of National Strawberry Month. And before we went to break, we asked you a trivia question. On the average, how many seeds you will find on the outside skin of a strawberry? Your choices were 50, 100, or 200. The answer is 200 seeds. That's a lot of seeds. You should always have a toothpick handy whenever you're eating strawberries, or strain them out when you go to use them. And that's what we're going to do for our souffle this segment. Now, to make our souffle, the first thing that I'm going to do is I have some egg whites here that are room temperature. My bowl here I wiped out with a little bit of vinegar and then wiped it out dry, because what that does is that makes sure it's spotlessly clean for the egg whites to do their thing. Then we're going to take this, we're going to start this mixing and add a little bit of sugar to this. Now the vinegar, that if you wipe out your bowl with the vinegar, it's not going to give it any taste. What it does, it neutralizes the bowl itself and allows the egg whites to take on air. Make sure it's nice and clean. Then we add, I'm just going to put a splash of lemon juice in there. My egg whites are going next. Going to come over here. Using your food processor, I'm going to put my strawberries in here. Don't even have to cut them. Then you can use strawberry syrup or strawberry liqueur. I'm using a combination of both. That goes in. A lot of juice in the strawberries, a lot of seeds. We're going to let them puree up. While they're pureeing, and my egg whites are going here, gonna bring that up. I have a little bit of whipped cream here. The whipped cream, I'm just gonna whip it till it forms soft peaks. See how it's just, this is heavy cream, which is whipped cream. Whipped cream is heavy cream once you whip it. So we just want nice soft peaks here. See how it kind of falls down? Where I take it away, I go like this, then it kind of falls down there. The tip falls down. See how it kind of falls down? Where it's like this and then it comes down. That's a soft peak. So we need soft peaks on our heavy cream. Egg whites are going along. My strawberries are now pureed. Now, remember, 200 seeds. I had 12 strawberries in here. 2,400 seeds, give or take. I need to strain this off. Get rid of those seeds for our souffle, because we would like our souffle to be very smooth. Then all we do is we take and force this through. We're going to get all of the flavor out of this, but it's going to be seedless, which is what we would like. This is what it looks like once you strain it. See the great rich color that you're getting there? Beautiful. Good. Now, the next thing that I have to do is I need to get my souffle dishes ready. Normally, if you bake a souffle, it rises up the side. However, with this, all I'm going to do is the bottom of my dish here, spray a little bit of oil there. That's going to prevent my souffle from sticking to the bottom. Then, Going to make a little piece of paper like this for the souffle because we're just freezing this to form in the freezer. The way we do that, just going to take this here. Be careful, you can't do it while it's in the dish, and you can use wax paper or parchment paper. Just find out the size that you need it to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then we just take a little piece of masking tape here, and we're going to put this on the outside. You could actually even use Scotch tape if you wanted to. Okay, my egg whites are almost there. Start with my paper right here. Then we're going to come over here. Oh, stick for me. Come here. Now we have something for our souffle to rise up to. See how nice that is? Beautiful. Now, we're all ready to go here. My egg whites are almost there. While my egg whites are coming up, I'm going to take my syrup that I strained, add this to my heavy cream. With a spatula, we're just going to fold this together. Look, see, this doesn't look so fantastic, out of this world. So we're just folding our strawberries into our heavy cream. Next, I'm going to take my egg whites now, which are done. With a nice little meringue going on here. We just take this now, where this forms nice peaks here, and we're going to take this, we're going to add this right to our strawberries and our heavy cream, and we fold this. See how nice that looks? Just folding that, keeping that air intact. Then, once this is just folded in, even if you have a few white streaks, it's okay. We just take this and we put it into our souffle dish. Nice and slow. You don't want to bang this. You really don't want to, whoops. You don't want to catch the side like that. Let's come over here. I'll show you how to fix that there. I just looked away for a second. That's all you have to do is look away for 1 second and you're going to lose it. See how this goes in nice and easy like that? Then when you go to, just take this, put these in the freezer, and just let them firm up. As a matter of fact, I already have one done right here, and I have a second one as well, because I've done them 2 ways. One, I've done them where you have the paper on the side, and you're just going to warm the bottom and pull that out, okay? And it's nice and firm in there, so you're going to have to play with it just a little bit there. See how nice this comes out? Take this one out right here. Beautiful. Then you can just unwrap it. See how nice the paper just comes off right there? Don't worry about the tape. It comes off really nice. Then we just set that up in a plate. Or if you want, you can just put it in plastic wrap like this, warm the sides, and you can pull this out. We need to really take a little short break right now. I'm going to get this souffle out because when we come back, I have to show you how to finish our strawberry rhubarb almond squares with vanilla ice cream. Don't go anywhere. It's National Strawberry Month today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back after this. Hi, welcome back to our show for National Strawberry Month. Now, I have our frangipane right here that we made before. Remember, we did the puff dough and we did the almond. This is now good to go. I'm going to remove this now from the dish here, and I cook this on a sill pad. This way it won't stick. So we're just going to take this off here, and then this is still nice and warm, but I wanted to show you how beautiful this is. Then carefully with my knife, I'm just going to cut this here, and you can see how nice and thin and delicate this is. But oh my goodness, it looks really good. We just need to make sure that we cut through that without cutting. Here, let's do this right here. We're just going to take this right here, take our sill pad right here, turn it like that, okay, and get rid of our sill pad right here. I don't care. There we go. Here we are. I just need that to come off. I don't want to cut into my sill pad. Cut straight through this. Remember I said how nice and thin it's going to be with the frangipane. And I can't wait to have this. Here we are. This is going to go right there. Then a little bit of vanilla ice cream right here. A little bit of powdered sugar just right there. And then our strawberry rhubarb compote right on top. I'll tell you, this really works for me. Hey, you know, the outside of a strawberry might have 200 seeds. Doesn't matter to me. They're still good for you. Remember, May is National Strawberry Month. You have a great day, and may somebody become the strawberry of your eye. Bye-bye for now.